How are you? It's it's let's not do that again, please. Just no. I'm not gonna do that again. Sorry. I want to talk about the week as always because it's like the weekly vlog thing, and honestly, the week has been pretty bad for me. So I won't go over all the things that happened. I'm gonna go over the things that are relevant for me. First of all, I went to this park on Sunday, and it was not a nice experience. I mean, it was fun. Okay, it was really fun. I was I have a fear of water, like not water itself, it's more like the fear of drowning, to be honest with you. So I'm scared for most of the time, but we went into these rides. We went into these huge rides. Um, I don't remember most of them, but they were pretty scary, to be honest with you. We went to the wave pool, and at the end we were like, okay, let's just conclude this day with a really nice floating adventure in the lazy pool. This lazy pool is basically, it doesn't have waves, it has currents. These currents are really slow, so they give you these tubes. You just sit on these tubes, you keep going forward. Now these tubes are like donuts. These are donut tubes, okay? So you just relax on them and you'll just take a round of this whole thing. And I was like, well, this is gonna be good, okay? This is gonna be good. Um, as much as I thought it would be good, but really, um, it was quite embarrassing for me because I went to these really scary and big and dangerous rides. Okay, I went through most of them because one of them was like not for people below 50 kg, and I was like, you know what, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. You've got your laws, otherwise maybe the laws of physics won't obey, and I was quite pissed off, but I was okay with it. So when I was in this lazy pool, most of the people were left behind, and I was just going forward because I think it's because I was light, and we kept on going. Now we arrived under this bridge sort of thing. That's what you call it. It's like a bridge, to be honest. And it's just annoying me. There. It was like a bridge on top, and we have to go under the under. It's not like a big thing, but thing was I don't know what happened. I might have slipped or lost balance. The biggest problem was that the tube I was on didn't have the full. It didn't have proper air. It was less on air, which was kind of dangerous for me. So I was like, it can't kill me, can it? How wrong I was. So I went into it, and I was like, no, there's nothing wrong with this. I Now this wasn't like fast or anything. I just lost balance. I fell backwards into the water. The water was deep. It was about till here to me. Here, it wasn't really deep. But I don't know how to swim, and I have a fear of water, of drowning. I fell backwards. My legs got stuck in the donut. Okay, my legs got stuck in the donut. So it was about till here, till my knees. It was stuck in the donut, and I was like, for the first 2 seconds or so, I was like, no, I think they'll see me and they'll come to rescue me. This was 2 or 3 seconds, and the thing was, when I fell, I was scared, so I just, that's what I did. Instead of trying to have as much as oxygen in my lungs as I could have, I threw it all out. I just threw it all out. I mean, what's wrong with me? You should try to have more oxygen in your lungs when you're drowning. But I wasn't so smart back then. So I fell and I was scared. After falling, like after being in the water for about 3 seconds, I could feel my lungs. Like I was drowning obviously. And the thing was, I was upside down because my legs were stuck in the tube. My head was touching the floor. I don't know how to swim, so I was pretty scared. Now what I did was, they were far away from me. They were not gonna notice me. That's what my mind told me. I was like, I've got to do this by myself. This is like the worst way to die, to be honest with you. So what I did was, I just, I I don't know what I did. I just did something like this. So I kind of made my body go forward. I pushed the tube off me, and then I just did something with my hands. I don't know. I don't remember what I did. And I came up. Isn't that a nice story? Story time. So that's what happened. After going through one of the most dangerous rides in the whole world, I nearly died in a lazy pool. I even went in the wave pool for your information. So, pretty embarrassing, but I'm okay with it because I'm alive and now I have a very dope story to tell all of you. Honestly, but what happened today makes me want to feel like, why did I die anyway? That's what happens today. So, there's nothing exciting happened throughout the week, so we're just gonna come over to the topic that happened today. So, it was yesterday actually when we realized that we had to make the notice board. Now, the notice board is like they give us a topic for a month, and we have to work on these. There'll be assigned roll numbers who've got to work on these. Now, it was supposed to be submitted today, and this was yesterday, by the way. And yesterday, it was just yesterday when they realized that they had to do this. So I was like, okay, fine, do it. But then I realized that they couldn't do it on their own. They could plan it that day, but they had to do it today. So they sat down and they started doing it today because they bought all the materials and stuff. And I was given the task of like I volunteered to help because half of the class was absent today. It was a half day because there was open house, so there was only 2.5 hours of school. So I volunteered to help, and I was given to write this essay kind of thing. Um, the topic was minimize waste generation. So I was given two topics, um, paper bags and paper wrappers. I'm pretty good at writing, okay? So I wrote down some things, and I decided I'd help them with other stuff. So this was the fourth period going on, the fourth lecture. It was English, and one boy went and he asked the teacher, who had not arrived at class throughout the lecture. So he went to the start of it and asked the teacher whether we could go. And the teacher was like, no, you've got to work on this essay. Now, I was okay with it. Okay, then we've got to write this essay and maybe we'll go to work on the notice board in the next period. But there was this girl who was like, but we've got to work on this. We cannot ignore this. We've got to complete this as soon as possible. I was like, but Miss told not to do this. And she went and asked the teacher, and the teacher was like, oh, if you're doing it for the notice board, that's fine with me. You can do it for the notice board, but just don't bunk. Sorry, where was I? Okay, so the teacher was like, okay, if you're gonna do it for the notice board, I'm okay with it. You can do it stuff. Now, this guy who first asked the teacher, he was like, oh guys, these guys are working and we need to sit in the class doing nothing. Nah, not gonna work with me. So he went to the teacher and apparently he told her that we were working outside now. We had the permission to work outside, okay? It wasn't like we didn't have the permission, okay? So he must have said something different. He must have said something like, they're bunking or they're just roaming out to the class. I think he said something else. He twisted the story. I'm pretty sure of that. I was really angry with him, and the teacher was like, "Oh really? Bring the calendars. I'm gonna give them a remark." And the teacher didn't return the calendar to me, so I'm pretty curious about what's going on. I'll tell you what happens the next week when this thing gets sorted out. But as for now, there's not much information on this shit, and I think I should end this, right? There's nothing more to talk about. I've got a test, but I'm obviously not gonna study for it. I'll probably play a bit of LOL before I sleep. I've got a headache, by the way. Did you know that? I've got a headache. So I couldn't attend the class yesterday, so it's of no use if I try to study because I don't have anything to study. I was really sick, okay? My head hurt. Mom was today. As for today, Mom was like, "Hey, just eat that medicine and you'll be fine for at least the time being." That's nice. I'll be nice for the time being, so I can go to the class and return and then go back to agony. What's wrong with you? Anyway, this has been what day is it? Saturdays with suicidal stories. I'm not good at catch lines, okay? I'm just not good at that. Just legal, just I'm getting too bad at this. I realized I'm getting too bad.